want to talk about it's too heavy for me. Glory to God. Will you say that? Will you please repeat that after me? Say, it's too heavy for me. Come on, say it one more time. Say, it's too heavy for me. And I want to talk for moments about Jimmy Davis highway experience. I want to talk about that for a moment. I thought it was our church went through something tremendous, and I thought it was a heavy load. I thought it was, and but it was actually, hear me, the spirit of heaviness that came upon us. It was that spirit. Watch this, which left me, hear me, spiritually unhealthy. What are you saying, Pastor? Because behind closed doors, the truth is I was a mess. Glory to God. It left me spiritually unhealthy. I was a complete mess. I learned from the Jimmy Davis experience that heaviness will take your vitality and leave you fatigued. It'll take your vitality. It'll take it. I promise you. Heaviness, the spirit of heaviness will take it. Now, I didn't understand why I had lost my drive and my desire. I didn't understand it, but actually I was just going through the motions, doing what a pastor supposed to do. You hear me? Just going through the motions. But many days, I was fatigued just because publicly I was just merely existing, but depressed privately. Do you hear me? I was existing publicly, but I was depressed privately. Jesus. The truth of the whole matter was, hear me, please hear me, I was in a dark place. I was in a dark place for me, and I felt like a failure because I knew people and the devil, hear me, watch this, was laughing at me. I knew it. I knew people and the devil was laughing at me, not in my face, but behind my back. They laughed at me, and so I was in a dark place. It was my Jimmy Davis highway experience. And so I now understand that heaviness is a demonic spirit to pull you, hear me, to pull you into a slump. It is a demonic spirit to pull you into a slump. Glory to God. And when heaviness slowly, hear me, please hear me, slowly pulls you into a slump, if you're not careful, you will eventually take a nosedive. Hear me. Eventually take a nosedive. And a nosedive is a certain drop or a rapid decline. It's like a certain drop and then you rapidly decline. That's a nosedive. And I've noticed some people I know are declining because they took a nosedive. They are declining in their faith because they took a nosedive. And the spirit of heaviness has taken from them the aspirations and ambitions to wait until things change. Because you need to hear me, things are going to change. because nothing and no one remains the same. Glory to God. But the spirit of heaviness will take your aspirations and ambitions. Glory to God. So I want you to repeat these words after me and say, I'm not taking a nosedive. Come on, say it again. Say, I'm not taking a nosedive. In the spirit realm, hear me, the higher the demon is ranked, the more territory that demon is able to influence. Hear me. Did you hear me? The higher the demon is ranked, glory to God, the more territory that demon is able to influence. The spirit of heaviness, please hear me, the spirit of heaviness not only impact churches, cities, or regions, but the spirit of heaviness will impact your family, glory to God, and operate in the confinements of your home. When you entertain discouragement, despair, when you entertain doubt and disappointment, you may have yielded to the spirit of heaviness. It's when you entertain it. Watch this. The spirit of heaviness has found a resting place during the pandemic by means of bereavement. People are bereaved, and the spirit of heaviness has found a resting place in the pandemic because people are bereaved. Jesus. When you are bereaved, heaviness will slip in unknowingly. Slip right in unknowingly. Catch you unaware when you are bereaved, when you are discouraged, when you are in despair, when you are in doubt, and whenever you are disappointed. This spirit will slip right in. I want you to repeat these words after me, and I want you to make this confession and say, my life is not a place to rest. Glory to God. The spirit of heaviness is not going to rest in your life. It is not the place for this spirit to take a rest. Your past failures, watch this, opens the door for the spirit of heaviness. It just opens the door to take over your mind, emotions, and eventually control your life. You need to hear me. When you open the door and let this spirit walk in your life, this spirit will eventually control you. And I want you to, I want you free from this. Yes, I do. I want you free from this because there's a built-in factor, hear me, that opens the door for heaviness to come in your life, and that factor is isolation. When the devil can isolate you, he can say things to you that's believable. Glory to God. So I want you to repeat these words after me and say, don't open the door. Come on, say it. Say, don't open the door. When you don't trust God through the process, glory to God, it would interfere. This spirit of heaviness will interfere and disconnect you from God. I know what I'm preaching. And this is what the devil wants. So he sends the spirit. He sends the spirit of heaviness to disconnect you from God. Because this is what he wants to do, is to get you alone, to disconnect you. Jesus. I want you to repeat these words after me. Say, the devil can't disconnect me. Come on, say it again. Say, the devil can't disconnect me. Can I tell you something before I close? This is a trap set by the devil to pull you into darkness. I know what I'm talking about. This is a trap. He's pulling you with heaviness so he can trap you. That's why you feel down and you feel like you feel and you feel hopeless and you feel sad and you feel heavy. It's because the devil is trying to trap you. Watch this. You at home alone, sitting in that trap house. I don't know who I'm preaching to. You at home alone, sitting in that trap house because the spirit of heaviness has incarcerated you. I said the spirit of heaviness has incarcerated you. But I came today to pull you out of that trap house. Did you hear what I said? I came today to pull you out of that trap house. I came, glory to God, today to call you out of darkness. And I prophesy right now, lift your hands right now. I prophesy right now, you are a chosen generation. You are a royal priesthood. You are a holy nation, a peculiar people that you should show forth, glory to God, the praises of him who called you out of darkness into this marvelous light. Come on, say it again. Say, I'm calling them out of darkness. If one can chase 1,000, if two can chase 10,000, I'm calling them out of darkness into this marvelous light. The devil is a liar. It is a trap, and the devil is trying to set you up. It is the spirit of heaviness. It is a trap to set you up. And I came today to pull you out of that trap house. Did you hear what I just said? I came today specifically to pull you out of that trap house.